tonight we will know the two teams that will be competing for this trophy for MLS Cup. And in this video, I wanted to run through the full possible scenarios for MLS Cup, which matchup I think could have the best storyline and which matchup could have the worst storyline. Obviously in a final, there's always a storyline, but there are finals where I think could have a better storyline than in other finals. Starting off with the worst storyline, and that would be, in my opinion, Seattle-Orlando. Obviously, Orlando making it to a final and having the chance to win their first MLS Cup would be huge in and of itself. But the fact that they would be facing Seattle instead of Galaxy, I think could not add that much drama to the game. And that is because Seattle, out of all the teams participating, is the team that has won MLS Cup most recently. They won it in 2019. They got to a final in 2020. They lost to the Columbus Crew. So I think this matchup would be the hardest one to sell to maybe a casual view. On number 2, Seattle again, this time versus New York Red Bulls. Two OG clubs. Seattle founded in 1974. New York Red Bulls in 1994. Two MLS originals. The problem with this matchup would again be Seattle, because they are the team that has won MLS Cup most recently. The Red Bulls, they're the team that has made the playoffs for like the past 15-16 years. They've been on a very long stretch, the longest in MLS history, the longest in American sports history, and they've never won an MLS Cup. So they're just like that happened with the Seattle-Orlando storyline. The storyline would likely only favor one team. In this other case, it would be Red Bull. Next up, a second place would be a hypothetical LA Galaxy versus Orlando final. California versus Florida. LA Galaxy, a team that could win their 6th MLS Cup, their 6th star, versus Orlando, a team that has never gotten past conference semifinals. So in this case, the storyline would be so easy to sell, especially since many people thought Miami would be the team representing the Eastern Conference in the final, and it's the other team in Florida, the one in purple, who would be representing the Eastern Conference. That would be so funny. And the best matchup, in my opinion, would be LA Galaxy versus New York Red Bulls. LA versus New York, just like in baseball. Two huge markets, but obviously in MLS they're very opposite. LA Galaxy, as I've mentioned, possible to get a 6th star. New York Red Bulls still haven't won a MLS Cup. This would also be huge in terms of New York City, who won an MLS Cup just a couple years ago in 2021. Two original clubs playing in a final, kind of like in the old days. I mean, I really could not think of a better final, especially since I'm a Miami fan. I didn't want Orlando to be in the final, even though I do know that if I think of it as a regular MLS fan, LA Galaxy versus Orlando would also be a very good final, but LA Galaxy versus New York, that would just be huge, I think, in a lot of ways.